My name is Judy Vorndran. We're sitting in my house in Denver. It's an 1895 Victorian. It took us a lot to purchase this house because we wanted a certain style and character. We wanted a home built before 1900, and we wanted a unique piece of architecture. Our home has a turret known as a witch's cap. It's 3 stories. It's very eclectic. It's a corner lot with southern exposure, and it has all the doors and windows and the trim and the light fixtures that are old and antique, which is what we really loved about it. So you're in my home because I think it represents who I am. I think I'm a bit of an eclectic person. I have an appreciation of history and architecture and how things get started. I got into state and local tax because it is a perfect marriage of my legal education, which is understanding the laws and how they should apply, and my CPA, which is how to apply the laws to your facts. And so it's a great marriage of my educational background. And I think the other thing that I really love about state and local is we really get to understand business and how they operate and the different pieces and parts, and we get to mesh those all together, the puzzle of it, and then help people figure out how to comply with their duties across the nation, or the world even sometimes. Well, I went to law school and I got my master's of tax. And one of my law professors told me, you should not go to a law firm, you should go to public accounting, the Big 12 or whatever it was at the time, because that'll be a great way for you to work with the top of the game and get a lot of experience. So I went out and I did a bunch of tax returns, and I realized I had to work January through April, which is not optimal for ski season. And so I really wasn't that happy about that, 55-hour work weeks and deadline-driven work. And I had just done a bunch of state compliance, and it was really not well regarded. And I thought, it's very complicated. So I got outsourced to do the sales tax returns for a company, and I was told by the partner that it's very clerical, and that's why I should be doing it. And when I went out there and I did the returns, I was remitting $1 million a month to California, and I thought, that's not very clerical. There's a lot of risk here, and there's a ton of money, and I'm not so sure they're doing it well or right and protecting themselves. And then from that, we got audited, and I got audited by cities. I didn't even know cities had a sales tax, so that was a wholly new experience for me. And voila, a career was born, because at the big whatever at the time, they were building out those practice areas, and so I joined it. I think overall the work that I'm doing in SALT allows me to be fully engaged in a part of a business, and yet not in the business all the time. So I can come in and we can take a bird's eye view of the pieces and parts, kind of put the forest to the trees, or look at the trees in the forest individually and collectively, and then figure out what that looks like for the business across the nation. Oh, I love the puzzle. I get so excited about learning about, first of all, it's just a great opportunity for me to be with an entrepreneur and a visionary and get to know all that. So I really understand like how a business works, which I think, it's sort of like I get to be a fly on the wall of that, right? Because I'm not really entrepreneur in that sense, like I'm selling a thing, right? And I'm selling it across the nation, and how do I build my brand? But I have to understand how they're building their brand, because that's how they create a footprint in America, and then that creates a duty. And so I love that part of it. I love to be an integral part of a business's duties and understanding that. And then I love figuring that out with my team. I work with like the best people. I'm so blessed to work with people I've known for so long, and we're just all passionate about figuring out the problem and coming up with a solution. I love working with governments. I know people denigrate governments, but they are really trying to help taxpayers comply. I love to help everybody kind of have a break even in terms of like, they get some peace because they know the companies are doing what they should be doing, and then the business and the business owners know that they're doing things right. So they're establishing what we call a statute of limitations, they're establishing a precedent, they're advocating for themselves, and they're complying with the law.